What's good with y'all boys, man? Look, I'm back with another One Piece video, bro. I know I'm a little bit late covering this goddamn chapter. I was being lazy as hell the last couple of days, but that's on me. We got a lot to talk about. We finna be talking about 1182 Zaza, so let's get straight into it. We start off the chapter continuing where we left off last week with Loki and Imu's battle. We see Loki and Imu continuing their fight, but this is when Imu starts yapping and he gives us some interesting details about Nidhogg. He says to think that Thou and I would meet again in this world, and he calls him a traitor. Now this is very interesting because this is another person added to the list of people from that Void Century time period who are considered traitors by other people in the world. We already have Lily, who switched up on Imu, and Imu considers Lily a traitor. We already have Zunisha as well, who did something, we're not 100% sure what, but he has sentenced to be punished, and we all know Zunisha is to believe to be on Joy Boy's side, and that maybe he might have ended up accidentally betraying Joy Boy or manipulated by Imu into fucking over Joy Boy in some way. So Nidhogg being added to that list is very interesting, and we see that Imu is like making it seem like this is his first time meeting Loki. Meanwhile, he's seen Loki for the last like 10 chapters, so this is just adding more validity to that theory out there that Imu has some multiple personality shit going on, because there's no way he's just now seeing Loki and realizing he's a traitor. When nigga he saw Loki, he tried to diamond reverse him, and when he was like in shadow form, he tried to diamond reverse him and Luffy. He didn't say anything about Loki being a traitor then. And when he was in Gunko's body and was actually like seeing Loki first transform and do anything, he still wasn't saying that shit. You could just argue that Oda's choosing to give this detail thrown in there now because they're having their own fucking fight, but I don't think so, bro. I kind of can see why people are saying that this nigga Imu can potentially have multiple personalities, because just bringing this shit up right now off the blue is kind of fucking weird. Then we see Loki and Ragnar do this little combined attack. Ragnar shoots out like this little wave of ice, and Loki shoots out a whole bunch of lightning through it. This shit looking like a straight up attack right out of Elden Ring, my nigga. But then Imu responds right back, making that giant ring with all the eyes on it on his back way bigger, and he says an attack called Zitsumiki Nova Eclipse. I probably said that all types of wrong, but my apologies. And this nigga Imu starts shooting out a whole bunch of Maki faces out towards Loki. Then we see Vegapunk and Bonnie over here spectating the fight, and Vegapunk tells Bonnie to get back. Lilith starts thinking about Imu, saying he has no clue who this is, but he's not really surprised that the government can get their hands on some power like this. But then we see Sanji getting back up, and I'm not gonna lie, it's looking like Sanji's shaping up to have a great ass moment for these next couple of chapters. This nigga Sanji gets up and he starts reminiscing about what happened after he took Imu's attack last chapter. This nigga Killingham walked right on Sanji and he started taunting bro while he was on the ground. But he does give him some props, saying it's surprised that you still even breathing after all that shit. Sanji asks Killingham where is he going, and Killingham said he's getting ready to go complete his mission, that his power is overflowing now, and he heads off. Sanji immediately gets up in present time, and he says he has to do his duty to protect his country because Luffy and Usopp admire this place, so he has to protect it. So that's a major from Sanji, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Zoro fan, and I can admit it's looking like Sanji is gearing up to have some amazing ass moments. But then we see the Owl Library, and we see Biblo has stored all the books in some secret passageway. Now, I don't know if Oda is doing this little moment right here to foreshadow this nigga Biblo having some future importance or anything like that, but this nigga is kind of creepy, all right? The way he just not really saying shit, he real ominous, and Saul is even saying that shit to him too. He basically telling bro, it's a lot about you I don't even know about, and that's facts. This nigga could be a op for all we know, bro. Maybe he's probably not a op, but I just find bro very weird. He's definitely hiding a lot of shit that we need to figure out. We see Somers over here collecting the giant ship, and he's calling in Killingham, telling him to be ready in the next 5 minutes so he can get ready to grab the kids and get on up out of here. We see Chopper tending to the other giant pirates, and he's attached Ger's fingers right together, but he says she won't be able to use them for the next month. And then we also see that boy Zoro is getting ready to head over to where Killingham and Somers are, but we also see that he says Imu's attacks turned into steel bullets. Now this is very interesting, because we seen a few chapters ago with Somers and he had this steel ass heart, but now we see that Imu's flames are turning into steel bullets and explosives. I have no clue what this could mean. Clearly the flames or his Maki or whatever it is powering this shit, but why is it turning into steel afterwards? I don't know. My best guess that I could think of is the flames are powering up things like his attacks and Somers' heart, but the result for some reason just has to turn into steel. Why? I don't know. I feel like that's going to be very important in the key to defeating him though. And my question is Now that I'm thinking about it, do all the God Knights have a heart like Sombers, or was that only Sombers? I'm gonna assume all of them have it since they're all having their immortal shit going on, but who really knows? This connection right here with the steel bullets and the steel heart shit is definitely gonna come back into play though, 100%. And we see Killingham and Sombers over here having a conversation, and this nigga Killingham says that Gumko looks dead. Now we know that is not happening. We know Gumko is not fucking dead. She still has a lot more from her that we need to get this arc. We need bits and pieces of her backstory. I ain't even gonna say the full thing, but we probably go get the full thing, if not definitely bits and pieces of it. And we got to see her and Brook interact, and I'm still under the belief that Gumko will potentially swap sides and or give us some more Holy Knight / Emu lore. So I'm definitely thinking that this nigga just said that on purpose. No way she's dead. Then we got these niggas talking about the new demon that Killingham summoned. Killingham says he got carried away and summoned something that even he is afraid of, and Sombers says that all of them are afraid of it, and he says, can you control it? He says, I think so, it's just a dream demon. So then they're going about their separate ways, and Killingham's getting ready to go capture the brats, and we see a giant hand made of water come right through the wall, snatching up the giants. And then this nigga Killingham starts monologuing, saying, those born above the clouds, aka the celestial dragons, have always heard stories about not only the D-Clan and Nika, but also the monster known as the Rain God. And then we get an amazing ass looking panel, a double fucking spread once again with the Rain God into play. And we also see that Zoro and Sanji are getting ready to lock in with a 2v2 versus Killingham and Sombers, and they're telling each other not to screw this up, and that's the end of the chapter. And we get a reveal that it is a break next week. Now of course a break is a bad thing, but let's focus on Zaza for a second, because for one, another crazy reveal this arc. Once again, man, it's like every 5-10 chapters Oda comes up again with another WS reveal. Did not think we'd be getting the Rain God revealed along in this chapter as well, but now that we've gotten the Rain God, a lot of people have been saying definitely expect the reveal of the Earth God and the Forest God to be right around the corner soon, and I'm definitely under the mindset that that is the case. I have a slight theory about the Rain, I said the Rain God, about the Rain God too, but more so about the Forest God that I'll tap into it to a second. Now with this new mention of Zaza being a thing, of course everybody is saying that Dragon is the Rain God. I'm going to make a separate video talking about who I think the current day Rain God in One Piece is. I do think it is Dragon. I'm just telling y'all niggas right now, you know what I'm saying? Like most people, I think it's fucking Dragon. I think that's where all the evidence points to, and why Oda has been saving him for so long. But just like always in One Piece, anytime there's some theories out there or new speculation, there's always multiple ways it could go. You got a lot of people talking about they think it could be Nami or Vivi or other characters, so I'm gonna make it just a little video, maybe like 7-8 minutes long, just giving my opinion on that and stating why I think it's Dragon and not these other characters, but still giving those other characters their props on why it could be them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Zaza, very, very cool. I like this design. She has like 4 arms and like this little hat on and shit. I've been seeing people say that they don't think it could be Dragon though, because this is a girl. Now that's just fucking crazy. Like I said, I'm gonna save that, touching on that more in another video, but I just don't think that means that it's not Dragon. That's just dumb to me in my opinion to think that. But this power is crazy. We see she's flooding the whole giant village, and that's something we have to keep in mind. But this is a giant village. This is not a regular place, bro. This is a land of the giants, and these niggas are getting flooded in seconds by this Rain God shit. Man, my question is, now with this Rain God shit, it's been making people and myself speculate about characters like Emu and Blackbeard, and just stuff like the Forest God and the Earth God. I feel like before Emu was revealed to have the Devil's Fruit, people were saying Emu was probably the Earth God or the Forest God. Now he still can be, Oda can say whatever the fuck he wants. The Devil Fruit can be the Forest God, because you know fruits come from trees, all that bullshit, blah 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 blah. He could still end up being the Forest God, but a lot of people think Chopper is the Forest God. And speaking of Chopper, I'm hoping Chopper is gonna have an interaction with Zaza in the next upcoming chapter, because Chopper was just in the house with all these giant kids and all the giant parents while he was helping them out, and then Zaza comes through and starts flooding the place. We don't see Chopper anywhere in all this water down below, so that's leading me to believe that Oda could be setting up something with Chopper and Zaza. Now we don't know how Zaza's fruit would interact between a Devil Fruit user, since of course Chopper's a Devil Fruit user, but this is coming from Killingham's Devil Fruit power. So would this have the same natural effect on Chopper as it would if it was just regular water? You know what I'm saying? That's a good question. Hopefully we see that play out. But I do think Oda could use this opportunity to reveal Chopper as the forest god too, bro. If he is the forest god, this will be the perfect time, because it'll be a god on god action real quick. Forest god versus rain god. May the best of them win. I do hope that is the case. I kind of want Chopper to get some importance. But if Chopper isn't the forest god, I would probably think it's somebody like Emu or some shit like that. I definitely don't think it's a nigga like Green Bull anymore. I feel like that ship has been set and sailed. But who fucking knows? It's One Piece. At the end of the day, anything can happen. But with these reviews of all these other gods coming back into play, and people realizing after this chapter they're gonna be in the story, the Earth God and the Moon God are gonna be in the story, people have been trying to label Emu or Blackbeard as these gods. Now, like I said, Emu could be the forest god, but I don't think so, bro. I do think, just like how with Blackbeard, Emu and Blackbeard could potentially have different types of fruits. Now, let me explain. We know Emu has devil's fruit. Just like how all these other fruits are god fruits, Emu could be the only nigga we know to have a devil fruit, which could be cool. But Blackbeard could either fit as the moon god or the forest god, because as y'all know, me personally, I feel like Blackbeard might already have his third devil fruit, and we just have not seen him use it on screen yet, and we're not going to see him steal anybody else's power. So with that being the case, that's what I believe in my assumption. Blackbeard's third hidden fruit could be the forest god or the earth god, but I would also not be surprised if Blackbeard was a hidden god or had a hidden god fruit, like a moon god or something crazy like that as well. So, but as far as like forest god and earth god, I do think Chopper is definitely forest god. I have no clue who earth god could be. Besides, Blackbeard is the only one I could even think of to have a chance. Same with Emu, but even then, I'm not really feeling them too. Let me know y'all speculations on who y'all think the other guys will be in the comment section down below. But like I said, hopefully Chopper has an interaction with Zaza. I'll pray Sanji stays the fuck away from this bitch. I seen some niggas say, what if Zaza is the all blue Sanji's been looking for? Let's hope that that's not the fucking case, all right? We don't need Sanji. He's been having a cool moment this whole chapter, gearing up looking like he might have Conqueror's Haki. So we don't need him to throw that all away by going up against Zaza. Sanji, stay the fuck away from this bitch. And with this killing him and Sanji and Zoro and Somers shit, this could be good. I feel like Somers is ass as fuck. Even though Somers is ass, he just got this power up, so who fucking knows? This could make the fight with him and Zoro 10 times better. But it's just the fact that Somers has just been made to look ass the whole arc. It's nothing really cool about Somers. You know what I'm saying? He's just kind of an asshole who people kind of want to see die, or who are people who are entertained by him being a dick. So it's like Somers ain't really got that, oh yeah, I'm itching to see him fight type of vibe to him. Killing him, it's the same thing with him, but at least Oda's kind of been doing a good job of building up the little beef that him and Sanji got. I find it kind of interesting how killing him can create nightmares and stuff, right? And he created a nightmare that is a woman, but Sanji loves women. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's kind of ironic, but hopefully Sanji and Killingham's fight will be good. I think Killingham and Sanji's fight will probably be better than Zoro and Somers fight this fucking arc. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from a Zoro fan. I'm kind of hoping Sanji gets conquered and lets out and have an amazing moment here. I do think Oda could still make the fight with Zoro and Somers cool, but I definitely just think the Sanji and Killingham one is going to be better regardless of what happens. But another amazing chapter, bro. We got the Rain God reveal. We got the setup for the 2v2 with Sanji and Zoro. And then we got a little bit more lore with Emu calling this nigga Nidhogg a traitor and shit. So this was overall a good chapter. The only thing bad about it is that we have a break. Like I said, bro, I will be doing a video talking specifically about the Rain God and who I think that is. And like I said, I do think it is that nigga Dragon. Let me know what y'all speculations are for other potential God fruits. Who will have the Forest God fruit and the Earth God fruit? Do y'all think Dragon is the Rain God? Do y'all think it's some of the other people have been speculating, like Nami or Vivi or shit like that? Let me know how y'all feel about the chapter. Love y'all niggas. And I will leave y'all with this before I dip out. Imagine if, right, this Killingham shit, his little dream demon out of Zaza, he's already been saying that he doesn't know if he can control it yet. He thinks he probably can. But I feel like Oda hinting at that could lead to some shit like the Dream Demon getting out of control. And if that's the case, if the Dream Demon goes out of control and it's just chaotic or something, imagine if like Zaza loses control, Killingham can't control it, it's not on anyone's side, and then at the moment where everything is looking real fucked up, Dragon pulls up to stop it and it's revealed he has the current day Rain God. That would be so fucking heat. Or if it's something like the monster gets defeated or something, and then people are like, why isn't the power going away? It's still raining and shit. But then we get to reveal Dragon and stepped on the island. Y'all can't tell me that wouldn't be one of the better reveals in One Piece, and one of the best pull-up moments, bro, by far, in my opinion. Love y'all, boys, though. You made it to the end of the video. Have an amazing day, and I'm out, bro. Peace.